Good morning, everyone. Do you have your coffee? I have my coffee. I'm in a much better mood this morning. Sometimes, like I said yesterday in yesterday's video, I started off saying, I am human. I have to process shit too. I have to process life too. I am not just a machine that goes and goes and goes. I am an actual human being with feelings and emotions that I have to intellectualize and process. Okay? Okay, but I feel better today, all right? With that being said, let's say thank you to some people, okay? I want to say thank you so much to Jacqueline. Jacqueline, thank you so much. I want to say thank you to LaDallas. LaDallas, thank you so much, baby. I want to say thank you to Krista. Krista, thank you. Karen, thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Lynetta. Lynetta, thank you, baby. And I want to say thank you to Bethany. Thank you, Bethany. And I want to say thank you to Yvette. Yvette, thank you. And I want to say thank you to William. Thank you, William. William, I love your name. I know you're not going to believe that, but I do. But I can actually prove it. William is what I named my oldest son. So my oldest son's name is William. I love that name. I've always been, I've always fancied it. Anyway, listen. We're family, right? And so we can talk through things like family. I'm not going to lie. Yesterday, some of y'all in those comments was pissing me off. Now, listen. If you have followed me for any period of time, you know that I am the one always preaching to y'all to not let these people get you out of character. Not let these racist people get you out of character. To try to keep your cool. But as I said, I started off yesterday's video saying that I am human. I am a human being. And sometimes I don't always react the best way. Okay? That's a part of being human. Is that sometimes people can catch you in a moment. And that's what happened to me on Mother's Day. I had a moment. Fortunately, nobody got hurt. The police have still not shown up at my door. We'll see how today goes. But someone once said, James Baldwin specifically said, to be a Negro in this country and relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage almost all of the time. And just because you see me happy and you see me smiling, and that's black fatigue. That's actual black fatigue. And you see me happy and you see me smiling and you see me doing for my community. But don't forget, you're also seeing a person just exist. And just because I don't show you my rage doesn't mean it's not there. When I think about the way my people have been treated, I am enraged. When I think about the way I can't even drive down the street without minding my business. By the way, those people weren't in a car. I don't know if I made that clear yesterday. They were walking. My car was coming this way and they were on the side of the road walking towards my car. The passenger side, the right side of my car. Which made him jumping out in front of my car doing what he did even crazier. Because I'm driving a whole motor vehicle. And in that moment, I just had no fucks to give. And I don't apologize for it. And I won't apologize for it. I won't. I understand where you all were coming from. You don't want to see any harm come to me. You don't want to see me go to jail. You don't want to see me, make a mistake that I can't come back from. But I didn't. I just put the fear of God in them for a minute. And then I went on about my business. I think that the moral of the story, if anything, is that if you leave people alone, people will leave you alone. because you never know what somebody is on, or exactly when they're going to pop off on you, when you are actively fucking with them, when they're literally doing nothing to you. I had a moment. And I'm going to say this too, and I know it's going to be harsh, but as a black person, if you can't understand how Rodney Hinton Jr. got to where he got to, especially if you understand how Luigi got to where he got, because they literally did the same thing. They literally did the same thing. The same fucking thing. They literally did the same thing. So if you can't understand how Rodney Hinton Jr. got to that moment, and if you can't understand how I got to that moment, maybe you're not paying enough attention as a black person. Maybe you need to continue to raise your level of consciousness. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying what I did was right. But I think it was very understandable, considering the times that we live in now. You know, someone, when we were talking about Rodney Hinton Jr. said, and it was a black person, and they said that what he did wasn't understandable. 100% it was understandable. It may not have been right, but 100% it was understandable how someone could snap after losing their one and only child to something that continues to happen to black people all throughout this nation. For you not to understand how that man got there to that moment, you are not paying attention. And maybe this platform might be a little too advanced for you. I mean, we not beginners over here. We all still reaching for the highest levels of consciousness. But we ain't at the bottom over here either. So yeah, y'all was pissing me off a little bit. But you know, and again, I regret nothing. I have no regrets. And no one's going to make me regret anything. And again, fuck them kids. I don't care about them kids. Fuck them kids. He was actively teaching them in that moment to be racist. I don't give a shit about those kids. I don't give a shit about him. And I don't give a shit about his wife. One thing I will give him, though, is this. When I started careening my car off over into them, he did have the decency to spread his arms out and try to block his family from harm up against that fence. He did that much. I'll give him that. Leave black people alone. We ought to be able to exist same as anyone else. And then, you know, of course, I had racist in the comment. I don't know if any of my moderators got rid of those comments, but I got rid of a few. And I even got one from a Latino woman that said, what did that bitch say? She said, I think that you are just, and I get a lot of racist people that say things like this to me. I think that you're just someone who looks for racism, and you look for a reason, you look for racism. How the fuck do black people look for racism? How do we talk about racism because racism finds us. We talk about racism because racism exists. You racist? You know, this is one of the reasons why black people don't include ourselves with other POC, because other POC can be just as anti-black. And saying stupid shit like that and having that thought process is exactly why your people are running for their lives right now. Ice, baby. Exactly why your people literally running for their lives, can't work, can't earn a living, hiding out, because y'all done backed the wrong damn horse. Y'all have literally backed the wrong horse. And now look at you. Y'all needing to side with white supremacy in this way is a sickness too. It's a disease of the mind. Them white people got y'all. It's best for y'all to back the vote, to bet on black. It's better for your community if y'all got in solidarity with black people. It's better for all communities of color to get in solidarity with black people. POC are the global majority. But these white people got y'all minds in chains too. Latinos in the comments defending that man for racially harassing a black woman, minding her own fucking business, driving down the street. Y'all some weirdos. Some racist ass, anti-black fucking weirdos. Y'all really are. Look at what white folks doing to y'all right now. Y'all people, y'all community literally getting deported, whether you a citizen or not. Not to mention how many of your people voted for this. Seeing y'all kids in cages wasn't enough. Women having forced hysterectomies wasn't enough. Men being killed in ICE confinement wasn't enough. Dying under mysterious circumstances wasn't enough. And y'all still don't know where the fuck all y'all kids at. They just lost. Y'all not even looking for them. Your whole community hasn't even come together to hold the United States of America accountable for your hundreds of missing kids. But you got time to be in my comments telling me I'm looking for racism. Racism literally staring you in your fucking face and you can't even see it. Because you so busy trying to be white. Fuck out of here. Since when do black people have to look for racism? Stupid shit I ever heard. Anyway, I didn't have very much today, but I will say this. I never thought that I would get to do this video today because I had to refill that whole entire pantry today. I was wiped out. Them kids wiped me out. Not to mention, yesterday a lady came by. They stole her food stamps, y'all. Here in South Carolina, we're having this problem. I don't know what's going on, but people, somehow they're stealing their food stamps off of their food stamp card. And I don't know if it's a cloning situation or I don't know what the problem is. But anyway, someone stole all this lady's food stamps. And we were able to really help her out. And I'm glad that I saw her when I was pulling into my driveway. I saw her. Because she felt bad about taking a lot, but we got a lot more in the house. The food is something that I always make sure that we stay stocked up on via donations. It's something that I always, do Costco orders for. I always do, because it's the most important thing. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. We like to have things out there for the kids. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute too. But the food and the books are the more important things to me, especially the food. But it wasn't just her. It was a lot of people yesterday, because that pantry went from full to empty. And, you know, it's just like a box of cereal and a couple of packs of tuna in there. And that was all that was in there. And I'm glad that I looked, you know, because it wouldn't have been anything out there today. And I usually don't look over there every day because it's usually not empty every day. But yeah, so we were able to give her, whoever sent that Food Lion gift card, thank you so much for that. The Food Lion gift card, I've been holding on to that, because I said if the pantry really need for me to make an appearance in Food Lion, I'll go, but not one that's close to me. The one that's close to me, I made a mention in another video that I don't shop at Food Lion. And then somebody projected and got all offended and was like, well, what's wrong with Food Lion? I ain't say nothing was wrong with Food Lion. Listen to here, not to argue. What I said is that I don't shop at that Food Lion. And the reason why I don't shop at that Food Lion is, remember the story I told you about? I was one of those people that saw the Tops video of Peyton, whatever his name was, who went into that supermarket and, you know, murdered all those black people. Well, that, you know, that is a very triggering video for me, to the point where I try to stay out of grocery stores. But that specific grocery store, when I tell you the layout from the outside to the inside to the parking lot is exactly like that Tops grocery store. So much so, I wonder if Food Lion don't own that store, maybe. You know, Tops as well, if it's all in the same, you know, under the same corporation, because it is laid out the exact same. Even the way they put the sales papers in the window, the sales in the window, it's laid out the exact same way. When you go in, the coolers, the way the registers are, the exact same way, y'all. So it is a very triggering thing. So I've been holding on to that Food Lion card. I was able to give that to her so that she can get, you know, fresh meat, fresh vegetables, and fresh fruit. I was able to give her lots of canned fruit, rice, potatoes, canned vegetables, soup, beans, a crock pot as well. I was able to give her a lot of stuff. So I wouldn't have been able to do that without y'all. These are the things that your donations help to sponsor. You know, it helps people like her. And I just want to say thank you so much. Also, too, we are running out of activities for the kids. You know, just kind of things for them to do. I want to be able to put some more balls in there, some more games in there, especially educational games, that kind of thing. But I'm running real low on that kind of thing. I really am. We haven't put the jewelry boxes in there yesterday, and I hate that I didn't get around to it yesterday because I was assisting with something else. So I didn't get around to that. And the girls did come yesterday. If you can see over in the room, they came. Yeah. But anyway, that's all that I have for today. So today will be a good day to donate if you want to donate to the library pantry. If you would just like to donate to the platform, I'll leave my Cash App and my Venmo down in the comments. I appreciate y'all. I hope I said something to make you think. But I especially want y'all to think about level of consciousness, because consciousness, it does grow. You know, I ain't always all the way where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not all, I grow every day in consciousness, and I grow every day in emotional intelligence, which is exactly why I don't pop off every time I'm faced with a micro or macro aggression. You know, living in black skin, we deal with these things, but some of y'all don't really know that you're dealing with a microaggression or macroaggression because you're not paying attention, and you're not paying attention because your level of consciousness is not there. It's not where it should be as a black person. Now, I know you don't want to live your life angry all the time. But, you know, if you don't open your consciousness, if you don't raise it, white people will play in your face. You will be sitting up thinking that you doing something on your job, making $85,000 a year, when everybody else is making $135,000 a year. Those are the kind of things that slip past you when you are not conscious and you're not aware and you're not paying attention. You know, if you are one of those black people that think that sending your kids to a PWI is what's best for them, And if you're not conscious, they're not conscious. And they won't know how to not let them white kids play with them. Same thing in the community. If you live in a PWI community, you in a predominantly, PW community, a predominantly white community, these white people will play in your face and you won't even know that they're playing in your face. And you chuckling on along. Don't be nobody's clown. Don't be nobody's fool. Don't be nobody's token. It's not a good look. Y'all have a good day. Be righteous and do something nice for someone. Help a black person today.